Welcome to a new episode of Free to Thrive in Work and Life. Hi, I'm Pascale Landriault, an international career and quality of life coach, helping clients from around the world to create fulfilling careers and lives. And free is a very important component of this show, as we need to free ourselves from the barriers that are keeping us from thriving. The negative conditioning, beliefs, and patterns. So that's why I'm very excited to have with me today Erika Johansson, who is passionate about making transformations on all of these, anything that gets in the way of really living a truly joyful life.
Yeah.
Right? So
yes.
Welcome, Erika.
Thank you so much.
Now, Erika is a certified instructor and practitioner of ThetaHealing, which you'll hear about a little bit later. She's a certified life coach. She has more than 25 years of experience in spiritual growth and personal development. Erika, you are originally from?
Sweden.
Sweden, yes. I didn't want to say Norway.
Yeah.
Yes. And she is now based out of Bali.
Yes.
So, Erika, to start off, can you tell us a little bit about how you got into or interested in personal growth and how it has taken you to where you are today?
Well, I wanted to change my life, and I wasn't happy with the way things were working out, and I wanted to shift that. I didn't want to continue living a life of misery or unhappiness and so I was one of those that went, like, I think I read all the books, and this is a long time ago now, so there wasn't that many books. So now, you know, there's so many books, but there wasn't that many books. I remember it was, my first books were Shakti Gawain, and then it was Louise L. Hay. And I went to all sorts of different seminars and courses, and I started out actually when I was very little, just being very happy and just wanting to be happy. And the thing is that people around me weren't that happy, and I don't think they enjoyed me being that happy. So you know how it is with kids, and it's like, you know, just quiet and don't jump around. And it's funny because I think the way that adults at the time would communicate with kids was mostly to ask the question, what do you want to be when you grow old? And I remember...
When you grow old or when you grow up?
Grow up.
We don't grow old.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah. And I just remember thinking that question was so weird, because it's like, I just want to be happy. And when I said that, they got very confused.
Yeah, you were already in the being, not in the doing.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's like, no, you can't just be happy. You have to do something or be something or someone. And so I also did want to be a princess. And yeah, but that wasn't really, no, cannot be a princess. Yeah. But I did quickly work out that if I said that I wanted to be a nurse or a school teacher, or I wanted to be a housewife like my mum, that was good. They seemed to be happy. So it's like, oh, okay, that was easy. I'll just say that. So I think it became about pleasing people as opposed to just going for what I wanted. And I think it's like that in society. I think it's difficult to know really often who we are because we're supposed to be someone. And I did all that. So I, went to school and then got a job, left school, got a job, got a boyfriend, got a place to live. And I wasn't that happy. And I was supposed to be happy because I did all the things I was supposed to do. And then I thought, well, there must be something wrong. And I thought, obviously there's something wrong with the boyfriend, because there's nothing wrong with me. Yeah, so it's like, let's get a new boyfriend. And then it's like, maybe there's something with the work. I'm sure it could be better. So let's just, new job. And then let's move. So I kept doing that.
Yeah, trying to fulfill from the outside.
Yes, exactly. It's like, well, this is what society tells us, and people around us, like you're supposed to have a good job and be with someone. It's like it's actually more important to be with someone than actually be with the right person very often. And so I kept doing that, but I realized it got to a point where it kind of all sort of crashed, where I realized that this is not working. Obviously, this is not the way, at least for me, to be happy. So,
was there like a specific trigger, or what is the moment that you really knew, okay, this is not working, I'm not happy, I need to do something?
Well, I think I got to a point where I was in a relationship. So I'd found this man and actually felt like this was the one. It was like, it really felt like, okay, now I found it. And it felt like everything was falling into place. And it was happening. Finally, it was happening. And then it wouldn't work out. So that relationship could have just collapsed with a big bang. And I think that was the moment when I realized that, no, this is not working. Yeah. And it was like, I also worked with him, and so my whole life basically collapsed. And I'd moved country for him, so I was I was in a foreign country. I didn't really have a job. I didn't really have anywhere to live, and no relationship. So it was really, literally, it was the whole rug was just pulled from under my feet.
You. Yes. And you were left just with you.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it was that kind of, well, whatever I've been doing is obviously not working. It was just in your face. Because
wow,
yeah. So and I think that was the moment when I realized I have to do something differently. Yeah.
And what was the first thing that you did towards doing something differently?
Well, I think because it was actually I kind of really sat down and like, what do I do? What do I do? And also because it was a decision whether I stay. I was in London at the time. Do I stay here, or do I go back to Sweden? Or it was like everything. And I remember I was thinking that actually, let's just make so much money that I can live for the rest of my life, and everything will be fine. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to make so much money, and then I don't have to worry, and then I'll just live and have a fabulous life. And I literally sat down with a piece of paper and a pen to work out how much do I need, and started writing down numbers like what would it cost to live, and then it's like, well, I don't want to live on pot noodles for the rest of my life, and I want to live somewhere nice. And I want to go on holidays. I want to be able to travel, and I want to have nice clothes. And my mind went like, all right.
So you found something else.
Yes, it was like
so I was relationship, work, no money.
Yes, exactly. And it was funny because I got into like, well, then I should have a yacht. I should have a private yacht, and I should have a jet plane. And I was like,
you really go
I really went for it, and I was in it, and I was like, when I was looking at the sum that came out at the end, and I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of money, and so I was like, how do I make all this money? And I was sitting and thinking, and I thought, well, the people I knew that had a lot of money were bankers, so I thought, okay, I'll just have to become a banker. And I was so involved in this whole thing that in my head, I was like, I was going to become a banker. And then I was like, how do I become a banker? Well, I think probably have to go back to school. And when I had that thought, I remember my math grades. And then I realized I was never going to be a banker. Math was
not a natural talent.
No, not at all. So, and that was, and it was quite fun because I started laughing at myself because I got so involved in the whole thing. And it was just so out there and would never ever work, and it was really funny. But actually it brought me back to where I started, and when I was sitting there realizing that I'm not going to be a banker, and I mean, all this money and the yachts and whatever, why would I need that? And I just had this epiphany where I remembered that I actually just wanted to be happy.
So you went back to that childhood inner thing that was always there.
And
and that maybe it wasn't the outside that was going to provide it for you.
Yes, exactly. And also very much, and I said, okay, let's set up my life so that I enjoy living it. So if I want to travel, let's live my life. Let's work with something where I can travel, and let's do a job that I actually love doing and that I enjoy doing, so that I'm happy while I'm doing it. And it was just like, wow.
And like, how did you discover that, teaching and healing was your path?
Well, that took a little while, actually. So I think I was trying all different things, and I'd been at around this time, I'd studied to become a life coach, and I was very excited about that because I didn't realize that there was something like that existed. And then I saw it somewhere, like, oh my God, that's exactly what I want to do. And so I studied that, and so I was working that, was doing other projects at the same time. But I was working as a life coach, and I did that for quite a while, kind of on the side, and I had other projects at the same time, because I always liked doing many things. And but I was working with this life coaching thing, and I was trained in the way of setting a goal, make an action plan, and then push. So just go out and do it, basically. And what I noticed was that when I was working with people, was that I could get people fired up really easily. They get so excited.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yes. Oh, but then they'd go out there, and then they were supposed to come back next week, and they would tell me, what they'd be doing and what happened in terms of that goal and that goal, and almost all the time they'd come back and, oh no, I haven't done it. And what I realized, and the same has happened with me, is I would set these goals and I would try to push, but it wouldn't happen. And and then I thought, well, this is not fun. I mean, I was supposed to actually enjoy my life, but just trying to push people, that's I'm not enjoying that. So, and I'm not enjoying doing it for myself. I don't enjoy pushing myself to things. So I got to a stage where I was thinking, I was kind of reassessing the whole life coaching thing, and is this really what I want to do? And then I actually had another epiphany. So I woke up one morning and I realized that I put all this effort and energy into pushing against something, so like pushing against a wall. And of course, if that wall is solid, you're not going to get through it. And I was thinking, if I, instead of putting all that energy and effort into that, if I used it to release whatever is in the way, surely then it must be easy. Because I did have some areas in my life where things just happened. So it came, I just had to think about it, and there it is. So I knew that it could work. And that was also very confusing and frustrating, because I knew that it could work, but it didn't work. And mostly in the areas I really wanted it to work. Yeah.
So what it is, like, what is it that makes it work versus not work? Like, what's the...
Yes. So what I realized after having tried out all sorts of different modalities and exercises and whatever, is that if we have belief systems that are negative or limiting, then that's what we have to, by the law of attraction, attract into our lives. So it means that if I believe deep down inside that I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough, or no, I can't be successful, or whatever it is.
And a lot of these beliefs are not conscious.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're in the subconscious. And so we can consciously think that, oh, well, this is what I want. Yes. Yeah, this is what I want. Of course I deserve this. But what we have in our conscious mind only governs our life about 5% of the time. So we're sending out this signal that's actually only active 5%. And if we then have in our subconscious beliefs around not being worthy, not good enough, or I can't have this, or it shouldn't be easy, have to be difficult, then I'm going to send that out 95%. So imagine that you're sitting there with a tiny 5%, but you've got 90% working against it. And that's the block. That's where you kind of feel like you're hitting your head against the wall.
It takes alignment between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind for something to actually manifest.
Yeah. And particularly we want to manifest consciously. It's like, this is what I want, so let's work towards that. Yeah.
And so how do you, one, bring it to your consciousness and then free it so that you can attract what you like?
Yes. So
I know you have a way.
Yes, I do. I have a fantastic way. Yes. So I started working with ThetaHealing because that's an amazing healing modality in order to change beliefs. So quick. And I tried different things, and there are ways out there, but they usually take a lot of time, and they don't go so deep. With ThetaHealing, you can really get in there and shift the belief very quickly. And you need to know, obviously, what beliefs you have
that are getting in the way.
Exactly, yes, because we usually don't know. It's the unconscious is something unknown. So we might think all sorts of things, but actually what's going on in the conscious we have very little awareness of generally. Now you can muscle test on this. So muscle testing is applied kinesiology, and you can use it in all sorts of different ways, but you can use it to test your belief systems. So you can test on different statements, and it's really quick. It means that you can find out, you can literally map out all your beliefs if you wanted by literally just doing muscle testing.
Could you do a little test with me, but just with my name?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So so you already know. So you hold it maybe like that. Okay.
Is it like this?
Perfect. No. This is perfect. Yeah. So I'm just want to a bit higher so they can see. Yeah. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pull your fingers apart, but I'd like you to not let me. So not squeeze, but just hold them together. And then I'd like you to close your eyes. And please say, my name is Pascale.
My name is Pascale.
Please say, my name is Banana.
My name is Banana.
Yeah. my name is Pascale. And please say that again. My name is Pascale.
My name is Pascale.
My name is Pineapple.
My name is Pineapple.
Yes. Great. Yeah. So what happened was that when you were holding your fingers together and I'm trying to pull them apart, when you say your name is Pascale, which is the truth, and you believe it both with your conscious mind and your subconscious, you're in alignment, then that makes you strong. So your muscle tissue actually, you can hold against my pressure.
Because I'm fully aligned with the belief that I am Pascale.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And when you say your name is Banana, you're basically
Yes. No, I don't like that name.
You're basically lying in a way. It's not true for you.
Yeah.
So you're not in alignment. It's not the truth for you. And that actually sets your muscle tissue down so that you can't hold against my pressure.
Okay.
So it shows.
You would apply the same thing like to a belief.
Yeah.
So you would ask the person to say the statement of the belief, and then if it muscle tests positive in terms of the fingers stay together, then that person is aligned with that belief, so it's not a problem for them.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. So I would say the number one belief that I work with people that come and they tell me what's going on in their lives, and then we sort of go down. And usually the bottom belief is that I'm not good enough for that. I would say that's the number one belief that most people,
I'm not enough.
That you kind of have to start with. Yeah. And so then you would test and you put your fingers together and you say, first, maybe I am not good enough. I am good enough. And then the fingers open because you can't hold against. And that shows that actually I don't believe that. I don't believe I'm good enough. And then we know.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then what happens? What do you do to clear that?
So then Then we want to shift that, because obviously it's not the truth. So we're all good enough the way we are. I mean, everyone out there. So we want to shift that, because it's not the truth and it's not benefiting the person. But for some reason, the subconscious is holding on to it. So there'll be reasons. And we want to find these reasons, because we have to release that first. Because otherwise the subconscious will think, no, don't take away that one. Because very often our beliefs are linked to safety and survival. So it could be that if I believe that I'm not good enough, I'm not going to get out there, I don't have to put my chin out, I don't have to do anything, so then there's no chance people will criticize me, or they dislike me, or I'm not going to do anything wrong, I'm not going to become a failure, and they won't hate me, or they won't criticize me.
Advantages for them to holding on to the behavior.
Exactly. And it could be all the way down to I'll get threatened, I'll die. And then, so your subconscious is going to sit there, no, it's going to weigh up, becoming arrogant, or not good enough, or die, or not good enough, or constantly get criticized or not good enough. So it'll always choose not good enough, because it doesn't, no one wants to be criticized, no one wants to get hurt. So we need to find these hooks that are holding it into place and release those, and then we can easily shift the belief, because then the subconscious goes, okay, fine, all right then. Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. So there'll be more things. So there'll be things that fears around having what it is that you want in life, but there could also be some interesting gifts coming out of holding on to a belief. So in terms of going back to the I'm not good enough the way I am, so that could be that if I believe that I'm not good enough the way I am, that moves me forward, that pushes me forward to better myself. Very common within the spiritual world. So I'm not good enough, so therefore I need to push myself and become better and better and better, and then we become better. But it means that as soon as we start feeling good enough, then we move back to a place of not feeling good enough. So something happens, because we need that engine of fuel to keep motivating us to move
it's like
forward.
We're afraid to lose that drive. If we let go of the belief.
Exactly.
Wow. Now, what is maybe one belief or one thing, well, if you're okay to share, in your own life that was cleared for you and that had a major transformation for you?
Well, so basically when I learned about belief systems, and I started to find out what I had in my little suitcase of beliefs. Yes. It turned out that I've had so many negative and limiting beliefs, and this is why I wanted to change my life, and that's why it didn't work before. So I was testing all these things, and I was testing and almost everything came out negative. So I've had to literally sit down and work through one after the other, and they were all pretty big. So it wasn't like one thing. It was that I started working with it, whereas before I'd be working with things and I could slowly, I think it's a difference. And when I started doing this work that was much more powerful, I would notice that I would shift something and I could see straight away, even the next day, that something showed up that I wasn't used to. So it could be, a check with money in the post randomly, or people approaching me in a different way, or suddenly some opportunities started coming my ways. And so it was one of those, and then that just got more and more and more, and bigger and bigger and bigger, to a point where, whereas before I used to, I trying to set goals and then push, and nothing really happening. Whereas now, I actually don't set that many goals. I stay very open, and I work with constantly just checking in with my beliefs and let things come to me. which is a very nice way of being.
Yeah.
So what I'm noticing is that if I kind of, there's like a 50-50, me taking action, me moving forward, me pushing, and 50 kind of letting it happen.
It's like a dance. It's like you have to put actions forward, but you're not attached to the result. And the way in which the result comes, where you stay open to all of that to kind of stay in the flow.
And I know so I was working around money, and I had beliefs around money. So it was not that I was completely broke, but it was always just enough or under. It was just enough or under. So I had to work a lot around that. And the more I worked, the more money
actually came in for you.
And it was interesting because I thought it was like, I thought I did everything, and money was coming in, but I could feel that there was something. And when I sat down with it turned out that I had this belief that it was actually more fun to try to make money than actually have money. So there was this money. I had a flow of money, but it was but it was
you were enjoying the struggle. No?
Yes, it was something. But because if I just have it all, well, that would just be boring. Because there's some creativity in like working things out and getting money. And and that's
an interesting one.
I know. I know, and I was like, oh. Let's just shift that one. And it was interesting because straight away I could notice the difference in what came in, like money wise, and also like doors opening up, and that was
What was the biggest challenge you ran into while going through all this transformation through your beliefs and all that? What was the biggest challenge you were faced with?
I think well, while I was working with it, there was also quite a lot of, like sadness, grief, and coming up, because when you start to pull things up, it's also attached to emotions and pain, grief, sadness, trauma, whatever.
Like grief, you're griefing away.
Exactly. And I think there, and there was moments where it's just, it felt hard. It was hard. Hard. And I think that I had always had this, okay, just keep going. I know this is the way. Just keep going. Just keep going. And just keep going. And then, and that helped. It's that, because I think it's that momentum. You have to commit to your journey. It's, if you want to change things, there are ways of doing it that are very easy and that shift things in your life instantly, but you do have to commit to the journey, because there might be bits where it's a bit rocky.
And I also know that you're starting a practitioner course here in Bali soon, I believe, beginning of April.
Yes, we start on the 5th of April.
And so how does that work? How it's a few days? It's
we work, there's different modules. So there's a basic course that's 3 days, and then the next module is the advanced course, which is 3 days, and then we continue on a course called Dig Deeper, where we get deeper into the material, which is 2 days, and then I also give Manifesting in Abundance 2 days and Soulmate 2 days. And in the first 3 courses, people will learn how to do this modality. So they will learn how to shift beliefs.
So they can work on themselves. So it's both for working on yourself, and then also you can do it on others too.
Yes, absolutely. So you can work, and you can do it on others just as friends and family, or you can actually work with it. Or if you're already a coach or a therapist, you can incorporate this within your
practice.
Exactly. So it's so for everyone that wants to be able to change their beliefs, start attracting things into their lives they want, their dream life.
Excellent. I think you're going to Europe also this summer.
Yes. And I do it once again in June here in Bali. So I'll do the 5 courses in June, July here in Bali. And then I'll be doing the basic and advanced in Brussels, end of July, beginning of August. And then I teach the Basic and Advanced in New York in October, 2 first weekends of October. And I also, in September, I'll be giving a retreat with a wonderful colleague of mine called Relinda. And on that retreat, we will work specifically with entrepreneurs around money blocks, around business success, so that when you go out there in the world, living your life purpose, working with your gifts, whatever it is that you do in the world, that you have beliefs that support that. So,
amazing. And is that happening in Bali?
No, that's happening in Ibiza.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to stay in a beautiful luxury resort. Not a resort, it's a retreat place. But it's really beautiful in the forest of Ibiza for a week. And so we're really going to get immersed into shifting all the beliefs. Any beliefs that come up that needs to be shifted, we're going to take care of it.
Wherever you are in the world, you can come and meet Erika. So to end, Erika, is there an advice, something that you'd like to say to someone in order to help them better thrive in their work and life?
Well, first, I would just say take the first step. It's just whatever it is that you want, and whatever you say you want to go for in life, just take the first step and then keep going. So it's that committing to the journey. Because it's not going to be one step. It's not going to be one step. I thought there was a stage in my life where I thought there's going to be this one book or this one film or one guru, and that's going to be it. So I was looking for the one thing. It's never the one thing.
Plus, it's an ongoing journey. So it's like you're going up the stairs for the rest of your life.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So get those quad muscles going. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Erika, for joining us, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you for having me. It's been beautiful. Thank you, and thank you, everyone.
And we'll see you on the next episode.